Hello, welcome to this episode of TurboShed, and in this one we are going to try and fit suspension not designed for this car onto this car. So we've been running, if you go back to about episode 3 or 4 or something, like early days with this project, we didn't buy any suspension for it, and when we took the weight out the car was sat way too high, so we took the angle grinder and welded to the springs and we chopped them and we lowered it, and that's done us okay so far. It's been a bit spongy and it hasn't handled very well, but there we are, you know, we wanted more power, but we've actually got to the point now with the power where it completely overwhelms the suspension. And it's time to sort out some coilovers. And as you do, the last time we were down at Teesside, a guy called Wookie came up to us and he said, I've got a Supra and it's completely rotten, but it's got some very nice coilovers on it, would you like to buy them? Well, it's a Toyota, so surely they can't be far off this, so we thought, yeah, that'd be a great idea. So we went up to Wookie's and took the suspension off his car and put it on this in order to get it back again, and here we are. So we have Mk3 Supra BC Racing BR type coilover shocks, and we're going to fit them to the car. Now, who knows whether they're fit or not. Anywhere on the internet it seems difficult to get parts for the Lexus, and if you're going to get coilovers for a Lexus, they seem to start at about £1,000 and go up from there. Wookie was a great help with these. He did us a good deal, and I helped him move his car around and stuff. Thank you very much to him, and I hope we do him proud with the work that we do. So the first thing to do is to look at the fronts. So first thing to note under the engine bay is we now have a strut brace. That is a Supra strut brace, and the only thing we needed to do was put this slight bend in here to clear the throttle body and adjust it about ½ an inch wider, and that went straight on, so that'll help us no end. And it actually turns out, I've put the fronts on because it was a real easy job. The front for the Mk3 Supra goes straight onto the Lexus. They've got the same bolts, same spacing. Here's the adjuster, and if we look underneath here, they fit into the same yoke here with the same bolt. It's the same width, and we've even got them set at the same height as they were on the Supra. So the fronts are literally bolt in, bolt out, 10-minute job. Mk3 Supra, LS400, they are the same. Job done. So this is the rear end, this is the BC strut, and you can see they've got a hole here on the height adjust, so you know you're not allowed to wind it up past that hole because you don't end enough with enough threads engaged. And we've got the strut top here, and we've got problems here. The bottom width here, where it goes onto the yoke, which you can see here, that's the same. The issue we've got is up there in the strut tower. Those 3 holes on the Lexus are a different size and a different pitch circle to the Supra, and more of an issue is the length. Believe it or not, is that the Lexus actually uses suspension, and you can see it in this picture here. The suspension on the Lexus is about 3 inches shorter than the Supra, which you wouldn't have thought, but anyway, that's the way it is. So to use these struts, I've adjusted these out pretty much as far as I'd like to. You can still see thread in that hole, so we're okay there, but it's only 5mm down below. The issue is that we haven't got enough ride height at the rear, so I think the easiest thing to do with that is that I'm going to make an adapter plate. I could cut this tube and lengthen it, but again, in the interest of not messing up these, well, there you go, you can see the sticker there, Toyota Supra. In the interest of not messing up these, I'm going to make an aluminium spacer plate that I can bolt to the top of this strut. That again I can bolt down, let's go inside here, into the strut top there, and I reckon if I make a 20mm aluminium spacer, we'll just about get the right height we're doing that. So onto the mill and lathe, I think. you can see what I've done here with the aluminium adapter on the top, so it just bolts onto the standard 3-bolt mountings. I've countersunk the nuts to use those standard ones, and I've put 3 M10s at the correct PCD for the Lexus. I would have preferred to have used studs here, but I don't have any, so I'll use some bolts, and that's the way it is. So we'll just bolt this on, and that should be okay for the rears, I hope. We'll fit it on, see what it looks like. So on all of the shocks we've got these 2 rings here. They're for doing the preload. They've got a very slight amount of preload, a few millimetres all round. We're going to leave them at that and see how it goes. Ride height is adjusted on here on all of them. I can't do much with that because we work on gravel and I don't have a flat floor in which to put the car on in order to do the corner weights. So I've set them all the same for now, and we'll just have to see how it goes. So there we are, there's coilovers and there's strut brace on, so at last we've done something on the suspension. I've also put new rear brake pads while we were on, because they were a little bit worn, let's say, which might have been the reason why I lost the brakes last time we were out on it. But anyway, metal on metal, slippy, who'd have known. So that's our suspension done. Join us next time when we will be out on track at Teesside testing this for the New Year's Eve drift. And we've got a special surprise in that if you watch one of our other videos, which we haven't edited up yet, it'll be the next one up, is that we have now fitted a Haltech. We've already got the big injectors in, we have a boost control solenoid, and that means we should have about 650 horsepower when we get there. And if there's one thing I know, it's that this is going to be pretty frightening. Join us for more fun. Thanks for watching, subscribe. Tell your friends about it. We'd like to spread the news about the work that we're doing, and thanks very much for watching. Cheers!